Morning party people, this is McGarren. Just checking out the Sugarcane Jujube. Look at that thing. Okay, so we have taken off, currently, just so you know, it's December 13th. We have taken off, I would say 80% of the jujubes. Most of them were nice and brown. I'll show you a glimpse of all of what we picked. And the birds are just having a heyday out here, which I would understand. I like jujubes, so they like to come out. There's one that's up there in the bush, or in the tree there. They hang out, wait until I leave, and then they just start picking off all the jujubes. It's good stuff. I've seen bees on here also eating the fruit, and birds. Beyond that, we tend to eat them, but we have thousands, and I am fine with sharing. Right, out here picking the jujubes, and you can see, look at that jujube that's being eaten and pooped on. The birds just love coming out and eating the jujubes. There's another one, totally eaten. The more brown ones are going to be sweeter. I did find a couple of green ones that were eaten and totally gone. Here's another one, brown. Well, it was brown right there, totally gone. If I zoom in on some of those jujubes, you can see that they are also eaten. So we're picking all these off so that the birds don't eat them. Maybe leave a few for the birds, but I want to eat them. I don't want the birds to eat them. And I'll show you our bowl after picking some of them off. Oh, there's another one. It's eaten. And here are all the jujubes. This big bowl full of them. And just to give you a size, like the size of my thumb, which are not too big, but that is the Sugarcane Jujube. We like them when they're crisp and brown like this. These are consequences of picking the brown ones. They just fell off, so they must be pretty ripe. The only downside with these is that they are really small. So I got a lot of them, but they're really, really small. About half the size of a cherry. But there are so many of them and they're so sweet. They're really, really good. All right, now I'm gonna show you the Shanxi Jujube and how it's going. So here's the Shanxi Jujube, and look down there. Yeah, buddy. Okay, if you look at the size of these two jujubes, and that is pretty big. Those are like the size of a nice small apple. Larger than a ping pong ball. But these ones came and were pollinated really, really late. Maybe a month and a half ago. Here's another one. Again, nice and big. But then these that are up top here, these were pollinated a lot earlier. This one looks ready almost. Smaller, a little bit smaller than the size of a ping pong ball. And there's another one over here somewhere. There we go. That one. So this one's about the size of a ping pong ball. There's 4. I've already eaten 3. I planted both of these to be able to help with cross-pollination between the two. Have this one at the top of the hill, and then about 20 feet down, it's right there for the other one. And I don't know if they did cross-pollinate with each other very much, but I am going to do in the spring, I'm gonna graft another variety down here. I don't know, maybe a Chico variety that I might graft in there to help pollinate just within itself. And we'll see if there's better flavor or not. I'm just trying this stuff out. Who knows if it'll work. Now, what on earth is this big one that's right here? Dude, that guy is like 8 feet tall. That is Flavor Delight Aprium. That's really big. Flavor Delight, nice and large. And here right next to it is the Cotton Candy Aprium. Not as big, it's almost 6 feet tall. good size. And then we have the pluaries that are down there. But good growth. October is awesome for St. George because things start to grow again as opposed to stopping. And you can tell all of this here is new growth, new growth. The jujube doesn't tend to grow anymore. It's just ripening of the fruit. And these leaves are gonna fall off here in the next couple of weeks. It's almost like when they're done ripening the fruit, they're done and they just give up the leaves. And you might think that it's dead, but it's not. It's just going into dormancy. And then sometimes they wake up late and sometimes they wake up early. But I'm gonna really prune these down because I do not want them to get too big. In the end of October, mid-November, between that range is when all the trees start to go into dormancy. So I'll make another video on that stuff when they start losing their leaves. Okay, here we are with size comparison. Shanxi Jujube and Sugarcane. And if you look at the size difference between the two, here's the pencil to give you size comparison with. It's about the size of a golf ball. No, not a golf ball, ping pong ball. There we go. And this one, the size of a marble. Mid-sized marble, something like that. Either way, okay, gonna test it out. So the sugarcane is supposed to be sweeter than the Shanxi, but the Shanxi is supposed to have more fruit, which is obviously the case. So I'm gonna try the Shanxi first. Okay, good sweetness. It is, it's not too sweet. It has nutty caramel type flavor to it. Little bit of an apple taste. Apple, nuts, caramel, all together. There's the seed in the middle, just a single seed, kind of like a cherry. So that was good. You can also see how spongy it is on the inside. And when I press it down, it kind of flexes a little bit, gives to the pressure. So it's not crisp and wet like an apple. It is spongy, best way to describe it. All right, now for the Sugarcane Jujube. There's the seed. Okay, sugarcane really is like twice as sweet. But this is also almost entirely brown, and this one is not quite ripe yet. So if I were to let it sit on the tree and totally ripen and become brown like this, I'm sure it would be sweeter, but comparison between the sugarcane and the Shanxi, the sugarcane is much sweeter. A little bit more of an apple flavor. This guy has a little bit more of a caramel nut type flavor. But I'm excited to try it out and see when it's more ripe what the flavor is like, because the flavor tends to get deeper. And I like it when the skin is brown and still glossy. When it starts to shrivel, it's turning into a date, and it still has a really sweet flavor, but it becomes really spongy. And I like the slight wetness that is in the jujube when it is turning brown, if I could hold it in my hand. So anyways, I hope that info helps out. Difference between the Shanxi and the sugarcane. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day, and let me know, do you have a favorite? Honestly, I really want to know, because I want to grow the sweetest, most flavorful jujubes, because I'm really digging jujubes right now. And this one so far is the best. But maybe I need to give this one another year to really establish itself and get some good flavor into it. I don't know, but let me know which jujubes are your favorite, because I would like to plant it and try it out. Okay, thank you, and have a stellar day.